are people like Floyd Mayweather, we're going to talk about him, who has like an entourage, right? You have 30 people with you, okay? 25 of them do nothing, but they all get chains and you're spending all this. And the way you show your love to women is you buy them Birkins. You're going to go broke, Floyd Mayweather.
Auntie Faye, brace the huddle. Auntie Faye, brace the huddle.
Living life in Miami, so we talking that sports. And I'm loving them Browns. We don't care what you thought. Then we check and say door. And we root for them Ravens. Don't talk nice to me. Talk sports with me.
Don't talk nice to me. Talk sports with me.
Auntie Faye breaks the huddle.
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 Hey, nieces and nephews, it's your girl Auntie Faye. We are back with another video. All right, y'all. So if you guys don't know, last night I did a show with G. Bush, Garrett Bush. It was great. It was great. I was comfortable. I felt good. I looked good. Maybe the wig was on T. You hear me? Okay. The wig was on T. Okay. And I want to say thank you to G. Bush and Rosie for having me on. I appreciate y'all. It was great. It was just awesome, y'all. So if you guys have not seen it, make sure you guys head over there to Garrett Bush YouTube channel, okay? Mr. G. Bush, okay? And go click on the video and watch it. Let me know how you guys feel. Let me know how you guys, okay? Like, what do you have to say? Like, come talk to me. Go talk to Auntie, okay? All right, y'all. Okay, so we're going right into this video. So I wanted to talk about athletes and why they're going broke. Like, I've just been so fascinated by it, right? And I know we, you know, I would say regular folks, you know, we say things like, oh, all we need is 500K. We can make that shake, or a mil, we can make that shake, right? But you literally see these athletes with like hundreds of millions of dollars and it's not enough for them. Like, it's just not. But you've also seen athletes like Ocho say it's more than enough, because especially of the way he lived, you know what I mean? We all know that Ocho goes to Claire's to go buy his diamond earrings.
I'm gonna make enough money I can fly
private?
Yeah.
Shh, I ain't flying private. Spirit. Put me on Spirit. Exit row, window seat. That's all I need. Long as I get from point A to point B. I don't need private. Athletes more so. If you can get to a point in your career where your name becomes bigger than anything you can purchase, there's your value. Wow. My name itself, Ocho Cinco at one point, even still to this day, is bigger than, why am I driving a Ferrari? Why am I driving a Rolls Royce and I'm Ocho? Oh, we talk about jewelry and watches and chains. Never bought real anything when I was playing. Never. What was the point? I went to Claire's.
So all you do?
Yes. For what? What am I doing it for? The women don't deal with you anyway because of who you are.
Right.
And then the other women who really doing their homework don't Google how much you're making already.
Right.
Why am I buying a $50,000 watch? $80,000 watch. What time is it real quick, please?
It's 20 minutes to 4.
How much that cost me?
It ain't cost you nothing.
Because time is free. So what I'm paying for.
Right.
We know he drives a Prius or maybe a van sometime, right? You sometimes really don't see Ocho in like a Maybach. I've never seen Ocho in a Maybach. You know what I'm saying? Like I've never seen any of that, right? I see him driving regular car. He doesn't take a private jet, you know, stuff like that, right? So in the meantime, nieces and nephews, welcome back. And make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Make sure that post notification so you never miss an upload from Auntie. Make sure you like the video, then hype the video. Like it first and then hype it. You get 3 hypes, so we make sure you use them on me. Okay, y'all? So first, we're going to get into a few people. We're going to have a conversation, right? I feel like for me, I'm more shocked. Am I shocked about Floyd Mayweather? I'm not shocked about him, right? But I think that Floyd is one of the biggest people you have to talk about because he's literally broke, okay? Literally being sued, can't pay all these people back. And I don't know what video I've said this, but I said this in a video where billionaires don't use their own money. Millionaires don't use their own money. We as regular people sometimes don't use our own money. We get a loan. People with money get loans. They're not spending their own money to buy certain things or to invest in certain properties. They are getting loans, okay? So we're going to get into Odell Beckham right quick. If y'all don't remember, Odell Beckham went on, I think it was The Pivot, and he had this to say.
I always explain this to people, like, bro, you give somebody a 5-year, $100 million contract, right? What is it really? It's 5 years for 60. You're getting taxed. That's 12 a year, you know, that you have to spend, use,
Save,
invest, flaunt, like whatever, however, just being real. I'm gonna buy a car, I'm gonna give my mama a house, I'm gonna do, everything costs money. If you spending $4 million a year, that's really 40 million over 5 years, 8 a year. That's a 5-year span of where you're getting 8 million. Can you make that last forever? And you always hear the people who ain't us and ain't been in the position like, oh, well, that would last a lifetime. We weren't taught about no financial literacy and all the way. We weren't
talk about it all the time.
We weren't taught this skill.
Okay, so there's a few problems with this, right? And like I said, I told y'all that they be like, the regular people don't know what it is, the regular people want, but we've seen athletes hold on to their money forever. So clearly this is not a every athlete thing, right? And I also don't like it when people use excuses, especially athletes use excuses like, we wasn't taught this and we wasn't taught that, right? I do feel like when you have money, there are things that you can pay to learn. Right? I do feel like when you're black as well, when you're black and you're young and you come into the league, there are so many people that's been in the league that you can actually reach out and talk to. You were a star. You were a star in college and you were a star coming out. Okay? You could have reached out to Coach Prime and Coach Prime would have sat down and spoke to you about money and spoke to you how to invest, who to trust and who, you know what I'm saying? There's people. I don't, no. Maybe us regular folks don't know who to talk to, because sometimes when you want to talk to a certain person, you got to pay them, right? But there are people that you could have just reached out to speak to if you didn't learn that shit at home, okay? He's making it seem like 100 million ain't nothing. I understand the taxes get cut out. So let's say the taxes take out 50, right? Let's say the taxes take out 50, right? That's 50 million. That is 50 million for 5 years. But then see, you're buying Maybachs, you're probably not investing. A lot of these athletes are renting. They don't even own nothing, right? They're not investing in more than one property. They're just spending now. Oh, remember when Odell came out, baby, on fire. You hear me? All these, what about the sponsorship money? You was getting a lot of that. You know what I mean? But it's the spending, it's the jewelry, it's the flaunting, like he said. His words, not mine. It's all of that. All that shit's gonna cost. You're paying for women, okay? You're buying gifts. You're taking them on vacation. You're doing all of these things. That's a lot, and that shit adds up, right? And that's, he needs to come back into football. I don't think Odell has what he used to have. I don't think Odell has a smidgen of what he used to have. I think Odell is sitting on $5 million, maybe, right? So he need to come out of football. He need to make a name for himself. Maybe because it's not there no more. Okay. So now we're going to move on. We're going to listen to Shannon Sharpe. So Shannon Sharpe was having a conversation with Iman. And Iman plays basketball. And Iman, if you do not know, Iman used to be married to Tiana Taylor, right? So Iman plays in the NBA. And I wanted, just the conversation was very inside. When you hear other players, now this is an NFL player. I feel like this is a more NFL player issue because I don't see a lot of NBA players going broke. I don't know why that is, right? I know the NBA has a union. I don't know if the NFL, y'all let me know down below if the NFL has a union the way the NBA has one. I don't know why that is, where it's more NFL players going broke than NBA players, okay? So we're gonna move on.
Odell Beckham said $100 million. He went viral saying $100 million doesn't last a lifetime. We know in professional sports that 5 years after 70% of the players, football, basketball, after they leave the sport, if they're married, they're divorced. 5 years after they leave the sport, they're bankrupt. What happens to the money? Where the money go?
They be spending it. Mogs be spending. Like, I done been around Mogs that done had, now granted, I ain't make 400 million like they making now.
You're right.
You know what I'm saying? But it's like, I was broke. I remember broke.
Yeah.
Probably a month into my rookie year, a month in.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'm probably 2-3 checks in. Looking at my account, I can't go broke. There's no way I'm going broke. But the difference was, one, my brother him and my financial advisor have been taking half my check the whole time. So I never knew how much money I had. I just thought what I got in Bank of America. You know what I'm saying? I don't know why I told you that. Y'all scamming. I'm gonna switch banks right after this shit. Hey, no, take every dollar out that account.
Well, he don't know he is a he got more than that.
But yeah, he just basically like, bro, if you don't know, how you gonna, like, if I'm looking at my account and I don't see nothing but a couple hundred bands, I'll never go spend a meal.
I love that. I love that he said that, right? And this is why us as regular folks, you know, sometimes we get money, you know, we know, like let's say you know what your check is coming, right? You have it set up that when your check come, your bank, like not through your bank, but the way they do the deposit, you put half of your check into one account and another one. That way you just really don't know. And I don't know a lot of people that really sit around and look at their pay stubs. Maybe they do, okay? But I feel like the people that work salary don't, right? Because you already know what you're getting every single week or every single 2 weeks, right? But if you are a hourly employee, then you don't know, right? You're gonna look at your paycheck. You're gonna change it every year, right? You might say you want to put $400 into your savings, but then you look at your paycheck. Now you got to take $200 out and put that back into your checking because shit just ain't looking right. Okay, we get that part, right? But the fact that he didn't really know what he really had, he had a trusted brother, he had a financial advisor, and they were just taking half and putting it somewhere else where you're right. You don't see it, you can't spend it. You don't see it, you can't spend it. This is smart. This is smart. So that's why when I hear people like David Beckham, when I hear people like Odell Beckham say, you're not taught this. I can't sit with that, right? Some people have to flaunt. Some people get a little bit of money and they change, but really money doesn't change you. Money just brings out what you really are. Okay, let's just get that right. Don't think people get money and they change. They was always like that. Now they have the money, they can do it just a lot bigger. That's really what it is, okay? Let's continue.
It's couple hundred bands in here. Like, why am I go spend a meal? And for my man, it's like from overdraft and $20 in your account, right. If that, you know what I'm saying? From going from that to seeing, you know, just six figures, period, with just like,
let's just say for the sake of argument, you make $100 million, we're going to take 50 away for taxes. Yeah. And just let's say for the sake of argument, with your financial people and your agent, they take 2 to 3%. So that's 5% total after that. Mm-hmm. So that's another $2.5 million. And let's just say you took care of mom, dad, and your family, and that's another 15. If you can't survive off $35 million jump after you're done, you got a bigger issue. You could have made $200 million and you still would have been broke.
And then another thing, when y'all having y'all kids, like moms be having hella kids, but it's like, it's court system kids. Like you can't have court system kids where it's like while you're playing.
Let's talk about it. Now, I've never heard this term before, okay? I've never heard this term before, right? Court system kids is absolutely hilarious, okay? It's sad, but it's hilarious, right? We as women, that's one thing we don't want. Not sure men don't want it too, but majority of women don't want to deal with having a court system kid where you're going back and forth. That's crazy, right? And I understand what he's saying. I used to be in HR. So what he's saying is court system kid. When you're going around and you're sleeping around all these women, blah, blah, you producing all these kids. Okay, with all these, there's a lot of baddies out there, okay? Now they're going to court, right? Putting you on child support. Now, imagine if it's multiple kids. Now, let's say you got 3 kids in 3 different states because you just out here being a thought, okay? Now you got these court system are garnishing your check. I just want you to know this. It's not like you're on child support, you go to the court and you go make this payment. No, they are garnishing your check. That is, and one girl might be getting $18,000 a month. One girl might be getting $5,000 a month. One girl might be getting $2,000 a month. Either way, it's all getting garnished from your check. Not court system kids. That's a new one. I ain't never heard that before. Okay, but I'm fascinated. Let's continue. I'm fascinated right now.
BM is just draining your account per month, but you're not even seeing or feeling it because you playing.
Because you playing, yeah.
The moment you stop, you gonna start feeling it.
Yeah. If you make, $20,000, $30,000 a month ain't nothing if you making $40 million. You not making $40 million and they taking $20,000, $30,000 a month, and you still got to pay private tuition, which is another $15,000, $20,000, $25,000 a month. And you got
I do numbers though. I
Yeah,
do numbers really well. It's always been, it's wild because even like, I did see that quote, but it's just like, he was trying to basically, I don't think he was saying.
He ain't saying himself.
Yeah, he's just saying he could understand how people mess up. And I think the one thing he just didn't talk about is the kids, bro.
Yeah.
That's the real wrinkle. Like, you can honestly live as good as you want out here, bro. Once you start having them kids while you're playing, and somebody is taking that, and then afterwards you gotta deal with that, and it might get reslotted because you're not making as much anymore. But it's like it hit more now that it's leaving. You know what I'm saying?
And then you got to pay for the attorneys because you got to pay for yours and hers.
I gotta say is stop being out here being the thought. Y'all wouldn't be going through this, okay? There are NFL players. There are NFL players and NBA players who are not out here being a thought. Okay. And those are the ones that are holding on to their money. Some of them might have other issues like gambling issues or a spending issue, but they don't have a system kid issue. Okay. I'm just saying, stop going out here being a thought.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. You pay both. Oh yeah. And she gonna get she gonna get a nice one too.
Yeah. But it's like, that's what I'm saying. It's all the things involved. It's just like,
and then the house, sure. I mean, you shouldn't buy your mom. Listen, you love your mom, you love your dad, but don't go buy them no $3 million house. That's too much upkeep.
Yeah. I mean, my mama got a...
Baby, they are cooking today, okay? I know this video was a while ago, but they were cooking when this clip came out, okay? Cooking, you hear me? Absolutely cooking. We get it. You love your mama. We get it. But you just now getting paid. It's the upkeep. You buy your mama that $3 million. Who gonna pay the light bill? Huh? Who gonna pay the insurance and the taxes on the home? You still gotta do that. Okay? You still have to do that. Like, sometime you gotta wait until you've like stacked up a little bit more, established a bit more. It doesn't have to be a $3 million house. If mom lives in $100K, if mom lives in a house that's worth $100K, get mom 2 more bedrooms and move her in a $250K home. Like, you know, in a much better neighborhood with a bigger backyard, and get her all the furniture so she don't have to worry about it, right? Right? All you got to do is pay the rent. I'm just saying there are ways to do this so you can level up and your family around you levels up as well. Start putting people on a payroll, right? If you're going to have people around you and they are helping you do this, or they're your assistant, but they're family too, right? You got this person is your driver. Start putting people on payroll. There are people like Floyd Mayweather, we're going to talk about him, who has like an entourage, right? You have 30 people with you. Okay, 25 of them do nothing, but they all get chains, and you're spending all this. And the way you show your love to women is you buy them Birkins. You're gonna go broke, Floyd Mayweather. You're gonna go broke. I'm just saying. Okay, so we're gonna listen to what Floyd Mayweather has to say. Now, you guys know there's all these, they're not rumors, I'm gonna link the link of Spencer. Is a guy named Spencer. You guys should go watch him on YouTube. He's very like knowledgeable. This is what he does. He calls out athletes and celebrities, or just people on social media who's known, who either do scams or they're going broke and they owe people money. Like, he does all the research. He has all the information. I'm gonna post that link, but I want y'all to listen into what Floyd Mayweather has to talk about going broke, because he doesn't want to admit to it. Like, you know, like losing $1 billion is crazy. I'm just saying.
It's no different from when people get to talking about the real estate. Oh, Floyd don't got this and Floyd don't got that. All I want you is tell me what y'all got. Just tell me what y'all got. Everybody only worried about what Floyd got, but what do you got? Right.
But Floyd, if we had $1 billion though, that's a lot of money, right? I get what you're saying. We don't have it, so we can't really speak on it, but we can. I think a lot of us would have still had our money. I'm just saying, I really do. I feel like if you're watching this right now and you think about what you have now, and you honestly close your eyes, think about having $1 billion, you have a plan. You know what you're going to do. You're not going to go buck wild, especially if you got some sense. Okay, if you have some sense, you're not gonna go buck wild. Things are getting more and more expensive right now. If you had $1 million right now, you're not gonna go buck wild. Okay? This man was buying Birkins just because. Everybody was getting necklaces just because. They were on payrolls just because, sir. Like, what do you do? Oh, like, sir, what do you do? Oh, nothing. I just hang out with my homeboy and get paid for it.
You know what I'm saying? A lot of time I'm like, what do you got?
Right.
And so, it is what it is. It's not like, I mean, if I get the name of the hall of shit that I own, motherfucker like, damn.
Right.
But then they go, you already know? And it's so crazy, like, I want people to really understand this. So, when, okay, so like, say like if it's like TMZ, right?
Yeah.
So we know TMZ is not black owned.
Yes.
So if it's something that's not black owned, remember, TMZ reach is a lot longer than Shade Room reach.
There you go.
Okay?
Yep.
So if something was to come out on Shade Room, they're gonna say, oh, it's false because it's black media.
Right.
But if something come out on TMZ, oh, it's real, we know because it came from them. They have a bigger platform and a bigger reach, so they're gonna say it's real. So when a company called Business Insider, a guy wrote something about me and said, this is about Floyd and that is about Floyd, right?
Let me tell you something. Floyd is butthurt that everyone is calling him broke. And the media is talking about this, and they are pulling up receipts. People are coming out and say Floyd owed them money. Like there's a lot of things you think Floyd owned that he doesn't own. Floyd is pawning his watches. Okay, there's a lot going on right now with Floyd. Okay, I mean, listen.
But nobody is telling you. The CEO of Business Insider has, if I'm not mistaken, is a con man or he committed fraud. Just do your homework on guys like this. So a lot of times people can speak on me. You know, I'm happy with where I'm at. You know, a kid from Grand Rapids, Michigan, and I stayed in Jersey for a while, stayed over in New York for a while with my family. I'm a kid that come from nothing, and I'm not educated in school. I'm educated in life, meaning I know how to survive.
There you go.
So one thing about me is this: if you look, and you just look around, my team, they still paying their bills. And at my age, but 40, I'm 40, I'm 50 years old. Right? We just say 50, all right? If I'm able to just, my mother house is paid for, all my properties are paid for. My grandson don't want for nothing. I'm happy with that. As long as I'm able to eat every day, pay my bills, and travel and do the things that I want to do, and I don't have to get up and punch no clock and work for nobody, then that's my comfort.
Right.
And if I'm not doing nothing, and I'm like, oh shit, I ain't doing nothing. And then they say, oh, Floyd, punch no clock and work for nobody, then that's my comfort.
Right.
And if I'm not doing nothing, and I'm like, oh shit, I ain't doing nothing. And then they say, oh, Floyd, you think about doing any more exhibitions? I say, shit, I don't know, maybe. Right now, no, I'm cool. I ain't done nothing in a while.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
But you said yes. You said yes to those fights. Not only did you say yes to those fights, but on one of the fights you were supposed to have, what I think Manny Pacquiao, you took the money. You took the deposit they gave you. And then you backed out of the fight and you didn't give them the money back. Like right now, Floyd ego is shot. That's what's going on. Floyd Mayweather ego is shot. Everybody calling him broke is a problem for him, okay? A big problem.
So then if Tyson be like, oh yeah, you and Tyson can do exhibition, no problem. Let's make it happen.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Let's entertain the people. If we do it, we do it. If we don't, then we don't.
Now, next we're gonna move on to Jaylen Brown. I like Jaylen Brown. I think that he is one of, or the most intelligent black athlete, black NBA player, whatever. He's so intelligent. And I think that's why the media really, we're going to talk about it another time, how like Stephen A and Colin Cowherd are like, say they have sources that he's this way. You know how them sources are, you know what I mean? But he's so intelligent and he speaks to them a certain way. And I feel like they can't stand it.
I hope I ruffle all the feathers, like all of them. The agency model isn't working. It's a bunch of players going broke when they retire. It's like 60% of players within the first 10 years are losing majority of their wealth. Like making millions of dollars, players are going broke.
Right.
You know, living check to check,
Right.
etc. You can blame the athlete, or maybe they living expenses. of course, but they was 18 or 19-year-olds when they came into wealth, and the people that represented them didn't help them handle that to no capacity or care to. You know what I mean? After they get you and they get in your pocket, they just go get the next one and get in his pocket.
Right, absolutely.
And this is what I'm gonna stand on. And this could be controversial. I don't care, because I lose my platform for who's coming next. If you can't help me at 18 or 19-year-old to maintain my wealth, build a legacy, and keep what I'm earning, and be able to influence me on my decision making, shouldn't be representing me in the first place. Shouldn't even be allowed to walk into my house. But we allow this agency model. They keep coming in and they keep stripping everything. Now we giving it right back to the same people that that was giving it to us in the first place. Giving it right back, and something got to change. It might be ruffling a few feathers, but there's been people taking advantage off of these 18, 19 young kids, and nobody says nothing. I think that's a part of the problem, where we don't say that, and we just allow that to be normalized. No, that ain't normal. You get millions of dollars and now you broke. Yeah. And the people that's representing you can't even pick up the phone now.
Right.
So these people have continued to do that, and they're gonna continue to do it because they see it as business and economic opportunity.
Baby, one thing about him, baby, okay, listen here, okay? He gonna say what is on his mind, and he's absolutely right, okay? From high school, these agencies that's why there should be a collective good people around you. You know what I mean? It could be a mom. I know he has his mom involved in what he has going on, but it could be your mom, right? But depending on if here's the thing, right? If you grow up with someone, right? Say you grew up with your mom and you see your mom has always made do. You've always lived comfortably. She's made do. Mom probably good with money. Mom probably could make a little shit shake. You feel me? And let's say you're with your dad or vice versa, whatever, your aunt, whatever, right? You see that they're always looking for something. It's like there's never enough, right? You see them get enough, you see them go to work, but it's never enough. Or they're like, you see them spending money on other things that they don't need because this is due. You see shit like that, right? So eventually you start to pick certain people around you, like make sure that these certain people are around you, okay? One more clip. I want y'all to hear him talk about the union. I thought that was very fascinating for me to hear him talk about that. Hold on, y'all. Last clip, and then I'm gonna get y'all up out of here.
When I entered the draft, no, I didn't have an agent. I'm probably the highest pick selected ever that didn't enter with an agent.
Why you didn't have an agent?
Just when I was evaluating, I went through the whole process and sat with a bunch of people, and what they was offering, I didn't really need for real. And it was kind of already slotted, so I leaned on the union a lot more. And then, a lot of the agents came and was like, yeah, we're gonna move you to LA, we'll get you a trainer, put some money in your pocket, da-da-da-da-da. And I was like, for what? And it was like, do I gotta get that money back? They were like, nah, but standard agent fee is 4%. So I'm starting to do the math, and the house, car, and all that, whatever you was offering is a lot less than what 4% would have been. So, long story short, the math wasn't mathing for me. But I ended up being the third pick, even though I took some, I think because I came in like that, a lot of people tried to, with some of that, I think it was the agents, they tried to slander my name a little bit, put it in the media.
I think that's so fascinating that he said that. You know what I mean? So that means it happens all the time, right? I feel like, I know this has nothing to do with Shador, but it happens all the time where certain people can start to slander your name before your draft, right? It's so crazy to hear him say that, to change the whole narrative about you. But I just think it's always going to be worse for people like Shador because their name is so big, right? So if Jaylen Brown's name was so big, okay, if he was just dad was Bobby Brown, they were just whatever, mom was Whitney, you know what I mean? I'm just giving y'all a big group of people, right? So big. And he probably would have been as popular as Shador, maybe not, but I'm just saying it's just the way he's saying how the narrative was starting right before the draft, and that same thing that happened to Shador.
This, he's to that. It ended up backfiring, but it all worked out in the end.
What game did the union give you
that had you like, all right, I can do this
With a union
without the agent?
Yeah, with a union, we pay dues. All the players in the NBA pay dues. We all pay like $10,000 or something like that out of our salary. That goes to hiring lawyers, hiring just staff, CEO, everything that you need to lead a company, just that works for us. So all of that is our resources that we all pay for, that we agree to. So once I learned that, I just started using it.
If anybody have any issues in the NBA, they can just go to the players union. They can handle anything for you.
For sure, security. I'm talking about you can get private investigations done. They give referrals for financial advisors. They have a list of approved.
You get a trust done, all type of stuff.
All type of stuff. Yeah, foundation-wise, health insurance, whatever you need. They have a liaison that's paid to make sure that you get it done.
Yeah.
So I put it on their desk like, I need you to get this done, and they do, because that's their job.
This is something that I don't Google. I know I told y'all let me know below, but does the NFL have? Yes, NFL players are represented by a labor union known as the NFLPA. Oh, the NFLPA is their union, but they're not doing a great job. Maybe they're not doing a great job. That's crazy, right? And then, we do hear stories a lot about NBA players. A, they make more money. B, their money lasts longer, okay, than the NFL players. Why is that, right? How much is, hold on. I'm sorry, y'all. Now I'm fascinated, okay? Active NFL players pay approximately $15K per year in a union dues. And he said $10K. So NFL players pay more and they are getting less. Baby, the NFL players are going broke if they don't get it together, honey. Okay. Floyd Mayweather is broke. Okay. We got to figure out why you athletes are going broke. Why is so many athletes going broke? This is absolutely insane. Make sure you guys go on G Butch Play page. Go and watch our video that we did together. I appreciate him. Thank you so much for having me on there. Shouts out to Big Snacks and KSAP for always, having my back, and like rooting me on every single time. I appreciate y'all. Respect. Appreciate y'all. All right. And don't forget, Niece and Nephews, don't talk nice to me. Talk sports with me. Ciao.
Auntie Faye, brace the huddle.
Woo!